Long line of police cars that are right outside of INOVA Fairfax Hospital. They're lining up here probably to do some type of police escort as we get this heartbreaking update about ASHLEY GUINDON, who was sworn in on Friday, shot and killed on Saturday. Awful, awful update. She was brought here to INOVA Fairfax Hospital after 5:30 this evening. She and two other police officers were shot on Lashmere Court. Police say that it was a domestic incident that led to this shooting. Those three police officers were responded to Lashmere Court around 5:30. We understand that it was some sort of verbal argument, and we're going to show you aerials above that neighborhood. It was a verbal argument that took them to that home, and then it was one suspect that shot the officers. We don't know if they were shot inside or outside of the home, but all three officers were then flown here to INOVA Fairfax, and we got the update just a short time ago that ASHLEY GUINDON, again shot earlier this evening, now died at the hospital. We don't know the conditions of the other two officers, but again, I want to show you what's going on right outside the hospital. More police cruisers are arriving here. Of course, we know this is a show of support. Anytime a member of law enforcement passes away, you see members right here from Fairfax County. We know that ASHLEY GUINDON was a Prince William County police officer. Kimberly, can you believe it? For just one day. It is awful to think of. We've been able to show you the picture, her looking enthusiastic, certainly of starting this new job. So we want to send it now to Roz Plater, my colleague, who is right at the neighborhood and talked to people who heard what went down today. Roz?
Cheryl, this is normally a quiet neighborhood called Richfield Estates. Not so much tonight. Take a look behind me. You can still see police on the scene here. At the top of that hill there is Lashmere Court, where it all happened. You see the police cars and the mobile command unit there. Let's show you some video that we shot earlier. Now, there is just a massive police presence in this neighborhood. At one point, I counted probably some 24 marked and unmarked police cars. Around 8 o'clock tonight, they brought in the mobile crime scene van to collect evidence, followed by a mobile command center, a pretty good indication that they will be here for a while tonight investigating all of this. Now, none of the neighbors we spoke with knew anything about the home where the shooting took place or the residents involved, but they described for us the chaos they saw and heard tonight. Gunfire, followed by screams, sirens, officers on foot with their guns drawn.
So I was at home, and I called the police because I heard, pop, pop, pop. And, at first I thought it was just fireworks, but then they said that there was an officer in pursuit.
And then I heard screaming, a lot of screaming, but I didn't think anything of it. So I went back into the house. And then all of a sudden I heard all these ambulances, and these police cars.
What'd you see?
Two police down, just two police down, one person just, that's all together.
Lying on the ground.
Lying on the ground.
Was anybody moving?
No.
Oh my God, I live here since 2002. Everything is peaceful all the time. Neighbors always help each other. We're all nice to each other. Never had anything like this.
Too often working in news. That's right. There were bagpipes right outside of the hospital. We're at INOVA Fairfax, where ASHLEY GUINDON died this evening. And you're looking at what looks like will be a procession onto Gallows Road. The Fairfax County Fire Department is lined up here, and then just an incredible show of support, a sea of blue lights out here on Gallows Road, again, right outside of INOVA Fairfax Hospital. That's where all three officers were brought after they were shot in Woodbridge around 5:30 this evening. We know that they were responding to a domestic dispute. The suspect was not shot, was not injured, and is in police custody. Again, three Prince William County police officers were shot earlier this evening around 5:30 on Lashmere Court in Woodbridge. And you were just looking at an incredible sea of blue lights as we remember and honor ASHLEY GUINDON. She was on the job, as you said, Kimberly, just her second day. She was sworn in yesterday and on the job today. It's just unbelievable to think this could could have been one of her first calls, and she was shot and killed. We don't have much information at all about the suspect. We don't know man or woman, but what we do know, again, is that person is in police custody. We'll bring you the very latest out here in Fairfax throughout the evening. Kimberly, back to you.
Girl, before here, this was maybe taken yesterday,
Yeah.
and then the two officers on either side of her, we don't believe those were the officers who were injured, correct? This is just a picture that the police department released to show Officer Guindon, is that right?
That is as far as we know. We don't have the identities on the two other police officers. They're putting that out there because it was taken yesterday. It looks like right after she was sworn in. So again, yeah, we don't know the identities or the conditions of the two other officers. We're certainly praying for them and this amazing show of support. I'm sure these law enforcement officers are thinking about the two other officers as they remember ASHLEY GUINDON.
All right, Cheryl Connor live for us at INOVA Hospital. Thank you so much, Cheryl. We'll check back with you as needed tonight.
Sure.